Okay, so nightmares to me are, those terrifying dreams that everybody has. I've woken up, in dreams that are going to school with no pants on. Everybody's had those. Going, swimming and not being able to get to the surface. You're just like drowning. You wake up, you're sweating, you're panicked. It's terrifying. Everybody has those. Okay, so my nightmare. So when I was a kid, I lived with my grandparents during the week, and I was fortunate enough to have them take me on vacations about every year, a couple times a year. So we spent a lot of time in airports, traveling, that kind of stuff. So we used to go to Arizona every year, which was my favorite trip. So it was my grandfather, my grandmother, and one year we brought my great-grandmother. So she was about 70s, 80s, I don't really remember. This was a long time ago, but it was kind of hectic with an older woman being there. I mean, you can imagine. It gets hectic, but it was a lot of fun, some of my best memories with them. But anyways, so I have this dream. This happened often when I was a kid. It was very reoccurring. So we're in an airport. We're going to Arizona, I guess, because my grandpa was there, my grandma was there, my Nana was there. And we go to get on our plane, but for some reason, to get on the plane, you had to take an elevator. So somehow, when we're getting onto this elevator, my grandfather and my Nana got lost behind. I guess they were going to get tickets or something, but they got lost, so we got separated. Instant anxiety for me, I'm terrified. I'm by myself with my grandma. I mean, luckily she was there, but still terrifying. So we get on this elevator, go up the elevator, it goes up, 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 and it takes you onto the plane, which is already in the sky. Not really sure why it was already in the sky, but so it opens up, you're in this plane, but for some reason the inside of the plane looks like a bus, like a public transportation bus. So the bus is in the sky, there's clouds all around, big windows, if you're in a bus, the seats look like a public transportation bus. And so we find seats, we sit down, and I realize that all the people surrounding us, everybody in this plane, it was packed besides us, have stalks of celery on top of their heads, not as their heads, but on top of their heads, strapped on. I don't even know where that came from. I think my subconscious was trying to tell me that I needed to eat healthier. I'm not really sure, but yeah, so we walk into this plane with all these celery people, and I'm terrified because we're separated from my family, and I'm how are they gonna find us when we get to where we're going? I'm all by myself with my grandma, we're separated from our family. It's terrifying. I wake up and I'm what the heck was that dream that I just had? Why am I so scared of these celery people? I don't know, but moral of the story is that these celery people are terrifying, and I just hated it. But I've had nightmares from when it comes to tsunamis coming into my town and destroying our house, and I wake up the second before it hits, and you wake up from a nightmare, you're sweating and anxiety and just terrified. And so yeah, my moral of that story is that celery people can be very scary. I don't know why, but they are.